In this video, we'll talk about 4 things that have the absolute biggest impact on stress and anxiety in people's lives, and how we can relieve stress naturally. Now, we're all individuals, reacting differently to everything, but generally speaking, these 4 things really are the big ones. And because of our uniqueness, I want you to stay with me until the end of the video so that you can learn about them all, and then try out which one has the biggest impact on you. Now, the first ones are not about adding more things to your life. You see, sometimes the smartest thing we can do is to look at it the other way around, and instead figure out if there are some things that we have to remove. Or, as the old saying goes, perfection is achieved, not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing left to take away. Are you with me? Okay, good. So, here we go. Number 1, be careful with alcohol. Now, I know what some of you are thinking now, but before you turn the video off, hear me out. We're not saying you have to completely remove alcohol, but if stress and anxiety are an issue, then you should at least consider reducing the intake. And here's why. You see, alcohol works as a depressant, meaning it puts a brake on everything and slows down the central nervous system. Our body, being as smart as it is always trying to maintain homeostasis, and it notices that some outside force has entered the system, and it's now slowing everything down. So what does the body do when it notices this? Well, it starts counteracting and presses down the gas pedal in order to speed everything up again. Here's the deal. What do you think happens when the alcohol leaves our bodies? Yes, that's right. Now, there's nothing left slowing down our nervous system, but the gas pedal is still pressed down. So, what we're left with is an overactive system, and that, let me tell you, is something we do not want if we're prone to anxiety. To put it simple, by drinking alcohol, we're changing our anxiety thermostat and lowering our threshold for when we get anxiety. This overactive system can linger many days after our last drink. Number 2, try to limit your caffeine intake as well. Caffeine affects the body much like anxiety and stress, as in increasing heart rate, blood pressure, and levels of stress hormones. It often raises your levels of the stress hormones in the blood by over 200%. Caffeine also inhibits the calming neurotransmitter GABA. GABA puts the brakes on brain activity when needed, and has been called the nature's Valium. It's important for feeling happy and relaxed, so there's no surprise that low levels of GABA is associated with anxiety and panic attacks. In addition to all this, caffeine may also cause reactive hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia occurs when blood sugar drops too low. A low blood sugar attack can leave you feeling jittery, sweating, irritable, and confused, with your heart pounding. Do those symptoms sound familiar? Yep, just like an anxiety attack. Now, speaking of blood sugar, here's number 3. Avoid sugar and refined carbohydrates. This is precisely because of the crash in blood sugar that follows a sharp spike that eating a lot of sugar gives us. The sudden drop in blood sugar will give many of us a full-blown anxiety attack. Now, this is because the alarm center in the brain sends us stay-on-guard signals when it falsely interprets the way to fast drop in blood sugar as a threat and thinks we're starving. Number 4, meditate. So the last one is something we should actually add to our lives and not remove. One aspect of anxiety is racing thoughts that won't go away. Meditation helps with this part of the problem by quieting the overactive mind. Instead of getting dragged along by your fearful thoughts, you can start identifying with the silence that exists between every mental action. It puts a crack in the whole anxiety loop that is. Through regular practice, you experience that you are not simply your thoughts or your feelings. You can detach yourself from these to rest in your own being. There are numerous studies showing meditation to be an effective tool for anxiety. Some people will be able to feel relief right away, while others have to implement it and start doing it on a regular basis. So if you start doing it and stick to it, it will for sure be beneficial. All right, so there you have it. These are the 4 things that have been proven to be the most effective when we want to reduce stress naturally. Try them out. We're sure at least some of them will drastically work to relieve your stress and anxiety. Remember to press the subscribe button down below and hit the little bell icon to make sure you get notified when we release new and informative videos. Thank you.